being adopted. So we don't begin the meeting without the recording. So make sure, okay, it's written, but it doesn't mean it will be followed. Just take a moment, just say, hey, it's written here, but it doesn't seem like we're following it. So ask for the adoption. Ask for that particular moment. It's really important. Okay. All right. Let's continue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jing. I guess there will be no follow up from Jesslyn because the FBS strategy works so well. And from Kak Wei, the tip content doctor, create guidelines how to make Airbnb listing. Kak Wei, would you be so kind to?
Oh wait,
Yeah, Mr.
let's stop.
Jing.
Let's stop here. Let's stop here. This is a moment we need to pause to reflect, right? If the Facebook strategy works really well, right? That's something that should be shared. Right? We shouldn't skip that. See, I want everybody to remember here, okay? There's two objectives for every chapter. One is you fix the things that are broken, right? But generally, it's not as effective to fix things that are broken than prioritize things that are working really well and take those ideas and apply it to more situations, okay? So oftentimes we go and we fix the things that are broken instead of actually investing more on the things that are working well. That over time results in people burning out. Maybe actually you might need to ask yourself this question over time. Maybe we're not good at some things. That's why they're always broken, right? But that's okay. We can double down and we can invest more time on doing the things that are good. That is good strategic leadership. That's good team management. Don't beat your team up saying you guys can't do this well and forget about all the good stuff that they do. So I would, if you're leading a group, if you see something that's going really, really well, ask that person to come and explain it. Does everybody already know what the Facebook strategy is, Cindy?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's bring it up. Let's have Jesslyn come forward and tell us, and maybe we can learn something from that we can apply to our own work. Yeah.
Okay. So Jesslyn, please share your FBS strategy. Over to Jesslyn.
Yes. First, I think this is a discussion from the previous week. Yeah. So maybe you can move the screen a little bit to the left side, so we can see what I wrote. Yes, a little bit above. Yes, on that side. So last week I shared an insight from the Facebook boosting listings that I did, and it turns out that shorter duration with higher budget works better compared to when we do boost listings with a longer duration with shorter budget. It's not fixed yet because I still need to do the counter experiment for that. But so far, that strategy has proven to work the best. And in this thread, I was just asking Huiying, who's also working on Facebook ads, but in a different squad, if she encountered similar insights as I did, or if she has other interesting facts to share about the Facebook ads that she's running right now.
Okay, thank you so much, Jesslyn, for the discovery. And Huiying, do you have any comment on this?
Yes, I have put my update down there in the partnership squad update there. Yeah, so I done this experiment on Facebook ads on the conversion campaign with the same budget with traffic campaign and lower duration. So this is the result actually. For traffic campaign, it spends $30 for 1 week duration. And for conversion campaign, I spent $30 also, but in 4 days only. So from this experiment, I can see that this strategy is actually not working for the campaign. And we can see that the number of reach and impressions from both campaign in conversion campaign is decreased like very huge. So on conversion campaign, I only got 5,900 reach, while in traffic campaign, I got 93,000 and stuff. And yeah, that is really huge decreasement. And also the number of landing page view as well on conversion campaign, I got only 30, while in the previous campaign, traffic campaign, I got 227. But noted that this both campaign has different goals and metrics actually, because for traffic campaign we direct people to go to our website, but for conversion campaign we want the leads, so they will do some actions on our website, right? So the hypothesis here is, I think that Jesslyn's experiment is success because both her ads has the same goals, while mine is they have different goals and different metrics to be measured. So maybe we can try experimenting it next time with the same campaigns that have the same goals. For example, we are running 2 traffic campaign, but with different duration but same budget. I think that's from my side. Back to you, Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much, Wing, for the updates, Kak Gani.
Yes, very good discussion, gangs. Thank you, Huying, to share the detailed updates about the statistic, and Jesselyn as well for the sharing your knowledge. But I think it's need to be more detailed. Yeah, very good discovery. The boost listing, short short time but big budget. Okay. Maksudnya uangnya gede tapi waktunya lebih sempit. That's perhaps our formula for awareness funnel, which is very top, which is to reach a lot of audience. Okay, that perhaps can be apa namanya transferred to other squad. For example, for employee squad, Cindy, you can try to boosting our I don't know LinkedIn post. Use the big budget but in short time. We can try that to testing if Jesslyn apa namanya formula is working on LinkedIn, for example like that. Kayak begitu. Ya seperti itu. So need to be apple to apple ya. Kalau ada Facebook ads seperti ini. Back to Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Gani. Anybody wants to add any comment? 1, 2, 3. No. Okay. So I guess we can move on to the next one for Kak W's update. Oh, you already put the link, yeah. But I guess it will be more useful if we use hyperlink, Kak, because it's not apa ya, it's hard to click if it's like this. Maybe you can put like this and then use the hyperlink, yeah. Okay, please put it as a hyperlink, ya, Kak. Thank you so much. And would you be so kind to explain about the tip content doctor?
Wait. Oh no. The I was creating the guideline for new how to make Airbnb listing actually. That's the link for that. Um, and also, Magdalene was asking last week, is there any opportunity that we can make because of this new steps? I think the answer is no, mas, because it's the step is mau lebih singkat uh, than the previous one. So it's nggak ada, we cannot block the date and something like that. Jadi justru lebih uh, singkat dan apa ya? Ya lebih singkat aja sih.
Okay,
I
so
don't think there is opportunity for to make use of the new That's all.
okay, sorry, Kak W. Actually, your voice is not really clear. May I confirm what's your next plan about the tip content doctor?
Okay, can you hear me?
Iya, tapi kadang ada suara angin-anginnya tuh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's I was actually commenting about the new guidelines for how to make Airbnb listing, not the tip content doctor. So yeah, so there's no steps. So I think it's because my audio. Sorry guys. Yeah.
Iya. Uh-huh. Okay, if that's all, anybody want to add more comments regarding this one, the tip content doctor? Kak Gani?
Okay. Ah, I think for that one is what we want to say is uh, the apa namanya, the guideline of how to make Airbnb listing ya, about the update ya. It's not about the deep content doctor, but about Airbnb listing creation following new update. Okay, yeah. Okay, is this just update, Cindy? Update
Okay.
of current guideline. Please continue.
Okay. Okay. So the next one we will go to Feby. Feby, do you have any update regarding the tool that you brought up yesterday? Is Feby here?
Yeah, already, yeah, from the previous meeting, which is branding and copywriting. Yeah, I already updated the guidelines, and we'll update it later with the more examples and comparison and the results when we using these tools.
Okay, Miss Secretary, please put the follow up yeah. And do we actually pay for this tool? Because the last time I know this tool is paid yeah. Hmm.
Yes, it's paid. For free account, I guess we only have we can analyze one time per day for 7 days.
Okay. So after you create the guidelines where you put the sample and everything, please also attach the link to the guidelines here, yeah. So the other funnel will also can use the tools because we already pay for the tools. Okay, for the next one from me, the employee squad, I already moved the guideline to Coda and it can be seen from here. So, um, wait, I also will share. Okay, wait, sorry. Hmm.
What kind of document, Cindy? Is it for distributing post ya?
Yeah, this is for distribution post
Oh,
and for direct approach
I
in
see.
LinkedIn.
Okay, so this one is guideline that proven works.
Yeah, this is
I
the proven
see.
box guideline
I
and
see.
the most recent one.
Okay, it's have followed by you and Hu Ying.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. So
Okay.
already settled on Koda ya.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Pretty.
good.
Okay, so we can continue. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, wait. Awareness chapter. Okay. From Huying guideline for distributing post is already good enough. No need for further improvement. I guess we are using the same guideline. Yeah. 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 Okay. Any updates, Huying, or just okay? Just okay. Okay. Okay, then. So we can move to this week's discussion. Okay, we can start from the top, yeah. Okay, from the guest squad, Kak Wei, will you be so kind to deliver your updates, Kak?
Okay, it's actually the guideline that is already correct, but I was wrong using it. It's actually working perfectly as usual, but I was in a hurry when making it. It's about how to make a listing for Airbnb, and I skipped a part, so I was confused why I cannot connect it to Topkit. So yeah, must really remind me to add the internal listing name. So yeah, it's a reminder to pay attention to details for me. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the same guideline that we already talked about previously, ya, Kak?
Yeah, yeah.
Iya. Okay. So I think it's a bit um tips from me because we are from this from different funnel, and I think somebody may also not know which guideline that you guys are currently talk about. So I think it's better if you if you attach the link of the guideline, if you say actually the guideline, because we can know the context. I think it's better for us to understand the context before we brought it in the meeting, so everyone will have the same context. Okay. Okay, Mas Gani.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Cindy. So for the guest panel from Kak Wei, ya, this is for creating listing. Is this problem on tools, adoption, or inspection? Which one do you think this is the issue?
It's a human error, so maybe adaptation.
On the adoption, yeah. So the tools is already working, already correct. It's working, but the adoption part it's need to be more careful, to be more precise, lebih seksama gitu ya intinya. So that one on the adoption process. Okay, that's what is good. But for my comment is, Cindy, can you please scroll up a little bit?
Okay.
So these meetings is let's focus on those three questions. Okay, what guideline you have following that success in last week? What guideline that you have following but that's not working? And the last one, have you implement communication strategy on your work? So I hope by this meeting we share the knowledge, we share the best practice, we share the same understanding. So we have as a awareness team can have a same page. Okay, so just share. Okay, last week I follow this guideline and this is the result. Okay, so we can understand, oh ya, guideline ini ternyata berhasil nih, ayo kita coba bareng-bareng. Atau bisa juga poin yang kedua, if you have failure, that's okay too. Oke, aku udah follow guideline ini nih, wah tapi ternyata nggak working. Nah, kita harus dalamin lagi nih penyebabnya apa. Actually, I have mentioned on this discussion part, but I think it's deleted. So I asked Kak Wei, how about deep content doctor guideline? Okay, because I saw you have followed the guideline 4 times or 3 times, right? But it's never working, right? It's working for the page view, increase the page view, but we not get inquiry or instant book. So we need to apa ya namanya? We need to revise those guidelines. Is that guideline is really working or not? Nah, jadi nggak apa-apa, share aja. Ketika kalian berhasil sesuatu di share. Ketika kalian mengalami kegagalan, ya udah share aja. Nah, berarti kan kalau dari contohnya KW, okay, deep content doctor is not working for Airbnb. Nah, mungkin next actionnya adalah kita bisa merevisi guideline itu lagi. Bagian mana sih yang nggak working? Apakah sudah tidak relevan lagi dengan platform yang sekarang? Nah, contohnya seperti itu. Okay, back to Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Gani. Is there anyone that wants to give a comments to Kak Wei's guideline? No? Okay, then over to Jesslyn. Jesslyn, please share your, I think this is a success story, yeah?
Yeah, but accidental. But before we
Okay.
get to the story, I just want to give a heads up on everyone who is working on social media that works quite similar with Instagram, that I have recently created the engagement strategy for Instagram as well as the adapted version for those who are not exactly working in Instagram. So you can take a look at the, wait, why is it that one? Yeah, it's not supposed to be that one, but perhaps I linked the wrong document. But in the document later, you'll be able to take a look at what I did every day that resulted in the profile visits for Instagram going beyond 1,000 for each week, starting from a few weeks ago. So yeah, I just wanted to share the link with everyone else. So maybe for someone who's being the apa ya namanya adminnya Journey at BV atau people working di our official Facebook page could also implement the same strategy and hopefully see success in the future. But the main discussion that I wanted to talk about here is actually something that happened earlier today. It turns out that Kuka, whose post we reposted a few weeks ago, sent us a message to wish us a great new year. Wish us happy new year gitu loh. So I just thought that it's interesting because sebelumnya when we started doing this practice, Mas Gani said this is good, so we can strengthen our relationship with partners and other accounts gitu kan ya Mas. And it's true because they are now aware of our presence even more and they wish us Happy New Year and we are able to kayak saling support each other. So I just wanted to ask real quick, do we have kayak panduan atau guideline that can apa ya namanya, that I can read on regarding a practice similar to this? Because I think this happens pretty often. Like the inquiries that came to our account, the DMs, are not always about properties, right? So sometimes it's about the students, or sometimes it's from other people who wanted to work with us, but we're not sure on how to answer it and who should answer those inquiries gitu loh. Is there a guideline for this, maybe from the employee or the partner side? Gimana Mas Gani?
Oh, kamu tanya ke aku ya. Oke. Guideline maintain relationship with non-part. Guideline how to maintain the relationship.
Ya, satu relationship. Yang kedua itu adalah siapa yang harusnya menjawab berbagai inquiry di Instagram. Karena kemarin itu banyak tuh masuk inquiry tentang MBKM. Tapi kan aku nggak tahu ya jawabannya itu gimana. Sedangkan yang dari employee misalnya yang handle itu kan Journey at BV kayaknya. Jadi nggak sampai ke Bukit Vista yang account utama kita. Jadi kan bingung gitu. Takutnya nggak kejawab gitu loh.
Oke. Itu berarti yang ada di lebih ke guideline di apa ya namanya, inquiry, how to answer the inquiry. If it's related to employee funnel, just ping the PIC from from employee, for example Vera. Jangan menyuruh orang tersebut untuk mention ke akun lain. Kasihan. Tapi kita yang harus mengasih tahu ke tim kita internally, okay? This is the best, bukan best, the fundamental of answering inquiry. Jangan suruh orang lain untuk, kak bikin inquiry di akun ini ya, kak message di akun ini, jangan, kasihan. Mereka udah tanya ke kita, mereka udah percaya sama kita, ya kita harus kasih jawaban yang terbaik, meskipun di salah tempat, okay? Nah, so the guideline must be the PIC. If we receive this kind of message, okay, Kak Vera, ini ada message nih, nah jadi langsung kontak PIC-nya aja, gitu.
Berarti tetap kita yang ngejawab gitu ya, cuman jawabannya itu dari PIC-nya.
Betul.
Oke, not Mas.
That's the first one. Terus, and the second is maintain relationship ya. Kayaknya belum ada sih. We haven't established.
Tapi biasanya kalau yang kayak kerjasama dengan Kuka, dengan yang ada di website kita, itu lebih ke employee atau ke partnership ya Mas?
Community expert menurutmu, maksudmu?
Iya, kayaknya community expert ya jatuhnya.
Itu partnership ya.
Oke.
Ya,
so maybe I will observe this dulu ya Mas.
Ya, paling apa sih, sharing aja, saling support aja, tapi basic things-nya kita belum ada. So for the next actionable, perhaps Jocelyn can explore more bagaimana kita cara menjalin good relationship with Kuka. Gitu.
Oke.
Thank you Jocelyn, back to Cindy.
Yes, thank you Mas Gani too.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jocelyn, and also Kak Gani. So next time, if we already make the guideline, let's also share here, yeah, because it is interesting and this can be applied to different funnels as well. Okay, for the next one, from partnership from Feby, would you kindly give your updates?
So first the guideline that doesn't working is from email marketing. So the text body with 12 font size is too small and make it hard to read since my target audience is elder people. So I changed them with 16 point. You can see the difference that the picture that I have attached. and it's also already approved by Kak Nadia when I have discussion with her. And next, this one doesn't written on the guideline, but I was putting a subject line that related to like attract audience desire, such as like ready to have stress-free life during pandemic. I mean, like who doesn't want to? And as the result, the total opens that I have is 101 out of 109 emails that was successfully delivered, and I think it's working. Since subject line is first thing that they see when getting an email, right? So yeah, I think the one element that working.
Okay, so the ready to have stress-free life, this is like the paid gitu ya.
I'm sorry.
This is like the paid for people buat open in emailnya.
Yeah. I think that element is that attract them to open my emails that I send.
Oke, 101 out of 109 itu besar banget loh. Oke, Kak Gani.
Okay, very interesting ya. So the first one is about the font size, about the appearance, tampilan, gitu kan ya. Every audience will be different, of course. Okay, so this is very specific to partnership squad for the elder people. Have you updated the guideline? Siapa? Feby, this one, the font size.
Belum Kak.
Okay.
Belum.
So in the next section, you can update the guideline as well ya. 16 poin itu untuk body text kan, bukan
Yeah,
subtitle.
for the body text.
Okay, that's good. And the second is my question, itu yang kamu attach itu adalah aku bacanya 66 open. Tapi kamu bilang 101 dari 109. Nah, itu bagaimana?
When you can actually open it. Can you open the picture, Cindy? Yes. You can click it actually.
Oh iya.
Yeah. The total opens, you can see that 101.
Okay.
And when you, I mean, like the total for all of it, like 60 open, 1 click, and also there's a bounce and unsubscribe. So the total is 101.
Bentar. Total open 101. Terus yang 66 itu apa itu? Open.
Maybe like they open it for, I mean, like they doesn't bounce. I mean, like they see my emails for pretty long period. They scroll until for sampai bawah gitu. Bounce itu kan kayak dia masuk terus keluar lagi gitu kan. Ya.
Jadi total yang 101 itu angka yang besar, hampir 100% itu hampir semua orang buka emailnya. Tapi yang benar-benar baca sampai bawah itu 66, gitu maksudmu?
Yes.
Okay. That's very good then. So the subject itu sangat menentukan orang-orang mau buka atau enggak, gitu ya berarti ya, Feby ya?
Yes, Kak.
Nah, karena ini email, jadi ya judul email itu sangat menentukan email kalian dibuka atau enggak. This is on partnership funnel. So congratulations, Jesselyn, for the achieve higher number of open, and we can keep keep improve the number itself. Ayo, gimana caranya biar open ini di-improve lagi, mengurangi bounce rate, ya nggak sih? Nah, and also we can implement this on other squad juga. Ini menarik banget. Pertama, employee, ya kan? Bisa juga tuh, Cindy, ketika email blast, you need to think about, like Feby said, the desire. Bla bla bla, have a stress-free during life atau apa gitu kan ya. Yang kata-katanya stress-free gitu kan, terdengar, wah kok bikin seger gitu loh, ya nggak sih? Nah, that's for employee funnel. And for guest funnel juga bisa ini, ke Airbnb, ke KW juga bisa. Nah, contoh-contoh seperti ini subject. Ini udah approve di partnership squad di subject email. Mungkin bisa juga di-apply ke Airbnb listing. So have a stress-free life during stay in Uluwatu. Wah, contohnya kayak gitu loh. So we are trying to increase the number of open, ya kan kalau di Airbnb kan berarti ketika kamu ketik daerahnya muncul hasil pencariannya kan. Nah, kan orang yang pertama kali lihat itu title-nya. Nah, bisa juga tuh mengkombinasikan apa Feby namanya? Desire. Desire itu apa? Relate to their desire itu apa? Desire itu apa?
Desire is like a feeling, emotion, more like emotion, appeal, emotional appeal.
Mengkomunikasikan dengan emosi ya. Mungkin bisa juga ya di-apply gitu Kak W. Try to attach the guest emotional feeling kalau stay di sana itu rasanya kayak gimana. Sama Kak Cindy juga kayak gitu. Ya. Okay, that's very good discovery Feby. Congratulations. Please keep continue. Back to Cindy.
Okay, I also want to congratulate Feby for the very high rate, and I also need to confirm, is this also just your assumption, or what about the difference between open and opens, or have you Google it somewhere?
It's still my assumption though. Yeah.
Okay, probably next time we need to make sure whether the difference between open and opens. Okay, so okay, I guess that's all from me. We can go next to Huying. Okay, Huying, can I go to you? Oh, you're still muted, Huying.
Halo, kecil banget suaranya Hui.
Iya, kecil banget.
Really? Halo.
Ya, lagi.
Mending
Kedengarannya.
kedengaran.
Okay. Jadi, this is something that I would like to discuss is about reporting insights from GMB campaign, and that is the guideline there. Actually, that is not a success or not success guideline, but this is something that I want to ask and bring up in this discussion. So I previously coordinated with Mo'wayana regarding to GMB calls. So here are the numbers that is given by her. On 23 December, she got 2 calls from agency and service. And on 24, she also got two calls from the guests. But when I check on the insights in GMB account, it turns out that the data is does not suit the actual number that Mo'wayana reported to me. So on 23 December, it's the same. We got 2 calls, but on 24 December, we only got 1. So I would like to discuss about like the reporting system. Do we need a specific recording system in GMB calls, like only to the property owners? Because this GMB campaign is like we do it in partnership squad, right? And we want to like track the calls coming from property owners or partners. So do we need a clear guideline on how to report on the number of calls and messages that come from property owners? Yes, to Mas Gandhi.
Okay.
Okay, thank you Huing for being details matters. So you are double check what result that we get from the platform and the actual on the real life. This is very good. Details matter. Okay. Second is about Google My Business. So basically, this platform is using UTC time. UTC. Yeah. Pacific time. Sorry, Pacific time. So Google, Facebook, that's almost same, same product. Not same product, but yeah, similar platform lah. So you need to be careful about their timing. Some of source said that both Google or Facebook is using Pacific time, which is terlambat beberapa jam dari kita. So yeah, please be expect to have a different time when incoming the data result. Kayak gitu. Bisa juga mungkin perlu di double check sama Mok Wayana tuh, bener gak tuh dua dari agensi service from HR, dua dari guest. Mok Wayana bisa ngasih proof nggak kalau 4 calls itu datanya dari Google semuanya. Nah, barangkali, this is my assumption, barangkali salah satu dari mereka itu datanya dari luar, enggak dari Google. Nah, itu sih. So, the first is the platform timing, international time, that different with WIB, and the second is make sure lagi ke orang yang menerima, ke Mak Wayana. Ini benar dari Google atau enggak? Gitu. Yep. Back to
Okay,
Cindy.
thank you so much, Kak Gani. Is there anyone want to put more comments? No. Okay, so I guess we can go to employee squad, starting from me. A little update, and because Jason also have mentioned the MBKM, yeah, we've been working for MBKM, and we already sent an email blast for MBKM applicants on 31st, 31st December. So last Friday, and the number of unique page views and active users are increasing like never before. What I mean increasing like never before is like this. Wait, sorry. Yeah. If you guys already can see my screen, this is what happened when we send the email blast. So it increased. It's not really increased, like it's double, triple. And this is also a very big win for the employee side. And for the other funnel, maybe because maybe we are not really in touch with our governments, or I don't know whether we get in touch with our government or no, but maybe for the other funnel, maybe also try to find bigger channels, because government is a very big channels, and maybe if they have another events or anything that might be useful for the other channels, you guys can consider it. Wait, we'll be back.
Okay, great, Cindy.
Okay.
I want to a bit stop right there. So congratulations for the big amount of traffic that we are coming from website. That's very great achievement. That's also need to be well noted by awareness team. Back to very top of the discussion and the communication strategy. Okay, let's break down why those campaign is successful. Can you open the picture, Cindy? Diklik aja. Oke. Kita breakdown pelan-pelan kenapa email blast untuk MPKM itu sukses besar, gitu ya, Cindy ya. Nah, kita coba breakdown satu-satu. Yang pertama, objective. What is the objective of those emails, Cindy? Can you share with us?
The objective of the email is to attract candidates that previously already already see our lowongan, already see our vacancies on Magang Merdeka, but we invite them to apply directly to our website.
So this one is retargeting, right? Yeah, so this need to be understand by everyone in this meeting. So retargeting campaign it's very important that we can coba gitu ya untuk drive traffic. The second, audience. Who is our audience, Cindy?
The audience are the people that already interested from the MBKM page.
How we can get those data, Cindy?
We get it from we get the email list from the MBKM. because the flow is like this.
Hmm.
They apply on MBKM first, and then we get their email from there, and then we share email blast to them, and then they apply directly to our website.
So we have the email list from
MBKM.
government institutional ya. We
Mm.
perhaps we can replicate this idea, cara mendapatkan audience. For example, from partnership funnel, Feby and Wing, I don't know, we can outreach to government or community expert, okay, from arsitek, from toko bangunan, bisa jadi from pernak-pernik villa itu namanya apa? Houseware, ya gitulah ya, sofa gitu kan. Nah, barangkali mereka punya I don't know, database or something. We can collaborate together and we get the email. But for how we get the audience, we need to outreach, right? So from this one, I like to Feby and Huying to, I don't know, coordinate with Mr. Jing how to outreach to our community expert. So we can get the email, especially for Feby ya, since Feby running the email campaign, right, Feby? Feby sekarang berarti emailnya udah habis ya, udah habis dikirim semua gitu kan? First impression.
Ya, yang kemarin udah, Kak.
Nah, berarti kamu butuh pasokan email lagi, benar nggak?
Iya.
Nah, how we can get more email list, okay? Nah, and the third one is key message, Feby, Cindy. Kok bisa? Key message-nya seperti apa? Kok bisa sukses besar?
Wait, I think I need to check for the email plus first because aku nggak hafal sebenarnya.
Nah, that's for the retargeting untuk drive audiens yang udah daftar untuk ngecek ke email kita, ke website kita lagi. Jadi call to action-nya harus jelas, oke? Nah, itu jadi salah satu elemen yang menentukan kenapa email tersebut berhasil. Kemudian channel udah jelas, itu dari email. Yang kelima nih, timing. Nah, gimana Cindy timingnya?
Timingnya, I think it's very important to put it in the beginning of the karena kita kan maksimal itu 25 Januari, tapi dari Desember kita udah blast. Jadi mereka masih punya waktu untuk reading, mungkin mereka masih punya waktu untuk consider. Jadi jangan mepet-mepet.
Oke, jangan mepet-mepet. Kapan mulai dibuka registrasinya? Dan kapan kita
25
ngirimnya?
bulan kemarin. I think we start this MBKM program from the end of December to
jadi begitu
probably from the last weeks.
Bulan minggu kemarin ketika pendaftaran dibuka, kita langsung email blast gitu kan, kita langsung targetin ke emailnya. Nah, berarti 1 hari setelah dibuka registrasi tersebut kita langsung email blast, betul?
Enggak 1 hari sih.
2-3 hari.
Sekitar seminggu.
Oke. Jadi timing itu sangat menentukan. Ketika masih masa-masanya pembukaan periode, benar nggak sih? Wah, kita langsung take action as soon as possible, ya nggak sih? Nah, ini mungkin bisa juga berlaku to other squad, misalnya to case funnel. Nah, mungkin timing itu juga sangat penting. Kita kayak kemarin tuh kita ada momen tahun baru sama Natal. Nah, bisa juga di Instagram, Facebook maupun Airbnb selama masa itu Natal sampai tahun baru itu kita posting sebanyak-banyaknya harusnya, ya kan? Karena untuk ngejar momen tahun baru itu, karena banyak banget kan yang mau tahun baruan nginep walaupun di deket-deket area, mungkin bisa aja kita ngejar momentum tahun baru itu. Untuk partnership juga gitu, mungkin ngelihat dari trennya sekarang, wah Bali ini lagi murah-murahnya villa. Lagi corona sudah melandai, pariwisata mulai bangkit lagi. Nah, ini waktu yang tepat untuk manage villamu lagi biar laku lagi. Nah, jadi timing itu sangat menentukan hasilnya nanti. Itu. Back to Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Geni, for the explanation. I guess that's all from me. Is there anyone want to give more comments? Yeah, Jesslyn.
Not a comment, but I just wanted to ask, since from the email blast you get a lot of page views for our website, do you also attach another link for our social media in the emails that you sent?
I attached the Bukit Vista Instagram and Journey at BV Instagram. That's why
I see.
a lot of people ask in Bukit Vista Instagram.
I see. I just wanted to make sure of that because looking at the current situations in Instagram Bukit Vista, if a lot of the inquiries went there instead of the Journey at BV, I'm afraid it won't get answered because there's a lot of inquiries coming from guests as well. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure. But I think if you already attached the Journey at BV account as well as Bukit Vista, maybe just speak it on the top of Bukit Vista supaya mereka nggak langsung ke Bukit Vistanya gitu loh. Karena takutnya nanti kependam. Karena dia waktu masuk inquiry itu nggak langsung di tempat yang umum gitu, tapi ke request dulu. Just want to say that, but since you've already attached the Journey at BV account, I think that's already fine. That's all. Back to you, Sydney. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jesslyn. Iya, Kak Geni.
Bisa nggak email blast ini diaplikasikan ke guest funnel? Kita punya email dari guest nggak? Retargeting guest. Ayo.
Emailnya guest?
Ya.
Aku nggak tahu sih, Mas. Mungkin kalau email lebih ke HR yang tahunya ya. Data-data pribadinya si guest.
Kalau dari Airbnb, inquiry itu daily contact doctor bisa lihat email guestnya nggak?
Dari kontak dokter, maybe over to Kak W. Kalau aku nggak lihat sih Mas emailnya, karena pakai akun Airbnb.
Aku nggak pernah belajar notis
Nggak tahu.
Let me check ya.
Okay. This is one of our opportunity guests. This is already proven on employee squad. Why not we replicate this to other squad as well? Manfaatkan opportunity ini. Nggak perlu capek-capek research. Kita sudah ada employee squad di sini yang sudah membuktikan hipotesis ini. Nah, tinggal dari partnership sama guest squad-nya. Ayo coba email blast. I don't know, Jesselyn perhaps want to try. Tinggal cari email listnya aja, gitu. Minta.
Ya, mungkin aku coba cek sama HR atau sama ya di bagian mana dulu ya Mas yang ada email listnya. Karena di Airbnb aku nggak nemu soalnya.
Tanya Mas Bayu atau tim PD yang biasa ngesimpan database.
Oke, Mas.
Yap. Cindy, kita udah catat action point-nya belum? Wah, dari atas tadi. Udah belum? Catat
action point-nya belum.
Nah, habis ini ngapain? Oke. Mau di wrap up sekarang?
Oh, ini.
Good. Oke. Siapa mencatat? Hui.
Ini Yuying ya?
Iya, aku yang
Oke. Aman? Hui, ada yang ketinggalan nggak tadi?
Aman, udah semua Mas.
Oke.
Kayaknya terakhir dari Huying sendiri. Any update on this one?
Okay, jadi I think that's for me all good ya, karena the guideline that we're following is the same guidelines, Cindy, the direct approach guideline, and that's the only thing that I'm doing in employee funnel. And also, actually, the goals for last week is not achieved, which is get 10 applicants from 50 contacts. And actually, the success rate is actually very low, which is only 10%. So to achieve the goals, I have to contact like 100 people in LinkedIn, and that is also due to the frictions of the limitation on the features in my personal account. And I have already proposed to access the premium LinkedIn account, and I already got it this morning. So I will continue on doing that for this week. So that's from me. Back to you, Cindy.
Okay, thank you so much for the update, Hui Ying. Because anybody want to give comments on Hui Ying campaign? No?
No.
Okay.
Let's
So I guess
wrap,
that's the
wrap
end
up,
of our
Cindy.
meeting, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's wrap up.
wrap up the
Wrap up.
action point.
Oh, wrap up the conclusion ya, Kak ya.
Ya, the actionable point. Oke, jadi mulai dari awal dulu, guys. Squad dulu tadi. Apa?
Okay, so for the guest squad, I guess we're going to try the email blast campaign as well because it's already proven success in the
Hmm.
employee squad. And for the partnership, okay, for the partnership, Feby will update the guidelines for the size of the body text to 16 pt for the email blast campaign. And from Wing and Feby, Wing and Feby will coordinate with Mr. Jing on how to collect more
Yep.
email lists or database from community expert. From employee squad, there are none ya.
Oke. Wait, aku mau nambahin ini tadi dari email marketing dari Feby tadi yang tentang desire tadi, karena itu udah proof bisa meningkatkan total opennya tinggi banget kan rasionya, dan aku pengen itu diaplikasikan ke other squad. Jadi actionable point-nya adalah di guest squad aku minta siapa ya, mungkin Kak W untuk pembuatan Airbnb listing itu coba connect to the desire, connect the emotional guest. Nah, itu mungkin boleh dicatat ya, Huing ya. Karena itu proof, ya kan? Proof bisa meningkatkan email open. Terus kemudian apa? Udah ya, itu ya. Ya itu bagus. Itu email.
Oh ya. Okay, sorry.
Terus habis itu apa lagi sih? Oke, ini Instagram journey @bv. Oke, kan itu kayak kurang terurus gitu, benar nggak Cindy?
Ya.
Itu siapa yang handle sekarang?
Bukan saya, nggak tahu Kak sebenarnya.
Vera ya.
Kayaknya Kak Vera.
Kak Vera, oke. Itu mungkin bisa jadi PR-nya di employee squad. Jadi maintain Instagram account aja supaya lebih aktif. Itu bisa menggunakan engagement strategi dari Jesselyn ya, sudah working untuk Bukit Vista untuk guest squad. Nah kan udah bagus tuh, engagementnya udah bagus, udah komen sana sini, komen ke partner juga. Nah di employee yang journey @bv masih belum nih, kan masih kecil banget kan akunnya. Nah coba ya aku nitip aja ke Cindy, mungkin nanti bisa di follow up diteruskan ke Vera, yaitu untuk itu tadi maintain Instagram account, increase the engagement strategy gitu. Oke ya.
Wait, bentar. Tapi kurang satu lagi. Kayaknya harus tulis ini juga enggak untuk apa? Know the difference between opens and open.
Ya betul. Yes, correct. Jadi itu di partnership squad, di PR-nya Feby ya. Betul. Nanti Hui mungkin bisa dibantu sekretarinya untuk understand lagi di matrix di MailChimp. Oke, Feby? Understand matrix on the MailChimp. What is the different? What is the meaning? Are we read the correct data or our assumption is correct or not? Itu sih, memastikan asumsi kita tuh udah benar atau belum. Be critical, oke? Very good, mantap.
Okay, Miss Secretary, please put the last one, yeah. And I think that's all for today's
Sorry,
meeting.
I want to cut. How about the due date for all the action plan?
Mantap. Good question,
Oh.
Hui.
Ini beda-beda berarti deadline-nya ya.
Ya, ini aja ya ditambahin aja di kalimat terakhir itu untuk Jesselyn.
Oh, by when?
Mas Bayu by when? By tomorrow atau kapan gitu. Terus Kak W mulai using desire strategy untuk title ini mulai kapan gitu aja. Back to Cindy, mungkin bisa ditanyain satu-satu.
Oke, to Jesslyn ini mau kapan? By when-nya?
By next week dulu ya, because there's a lot of things yang ngantri di Instagram.
By next week berarti tanggal 10.
Yes.
Oke, Kak W.
I will try by tomorrow and present it next week.
Tomorrow and to be inspected by next week ya.
Yep.
Okay. For Feby, for the update the guideline, the size.
For I think maybe for next week, as well as the coordinate with Mr. Jing.
Okay. And about the opens and open itu kapan?
I think we can as well in here next week.
Okay, next week. Wait, please. Okay, Miss Secretary, can you please help me ya to write
Yes,
the
already.
deadline? Alright, okay. The end for me, maintain the journey at PV. Kapan ya Kak ya? Kapan Kak Gani ada saran? Ini kayaknya continuous update ya?
Ya, yes, continuous update. Jadi tiap minggu ngecek performance-nya gimana, gitu Cindy.
Oke.
Yap.
Oke. Okay, continuous update cek setiap minggu ya. Okay, so I guess that's all for our meeting today. So sorry for the overtime and see you guys next week.
Mantap, Jim. Good job.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Cindy. Everyone.